Hi guys and followers, gals. I'll be talking about another movie review, another movie starting my review channel, and that's gonna be Wish. Now, this is Disney's, I believe, 61st movie, 62 movie that they ever made animation-wise. They made a lot more throughout the years, but just their animated films, just like 61 or 62. This was the film that would celebrate Disney's 100-year anniversary of their company. And I gotta say, what a disappointment. A severely disappointing film. I mean, this film had hype. I mean, I wasn't really looking forward to it because Disney now kind of sucks. I mean, they don't suck anymore thanks to Inside Out 2, which, thank you for that. I heard that movie's actually pretty good. I wasn't really looking forward to that movie because I thought it was going to be the same thing with Disney, adding political commentary and unnecessary scenes in their family movies, but I'm glad they're talking about real life issues while keeping it fun and fresh. And Inside Out is a pretty good movie, so I'm glad for that. So now with Wish, this movie came out Thanksgiving 2023. It lost money, had a really disappointing weekend, which tells you a lot about the quality of the film. First off, one of my main cons with this film is the animation. Now, you probably think when looking at this cover, it probably looked like really nice computer animation. But when you're watching the movie, it looks cheap. It looks like one of their shows that they have on Disney Plus. It's not looking that good. Even some of their worser films, or weakest films, have better animation than this movie. They spent a lot of money on this movie, and it doesn't really look good. For an animation movie, excuse me for a second. For an animation movie, you gotta look prestigious. You gotta look nice. You gotta look colorful. You gotta have a good presentation for your animation. Like, it gotta look good, or at least decent enough for families to see the film, or anybody. But like, this movie didn't look that good. Now for the characters, most of these characters I didn't really care about. The Seven Dwarfs, some of them were charming enough and some of them were really annoying, especially the nice guy that turned out to be the villain for 5 minutes, maybe. I wouldn't even say he's a twist villain, but he was possessed with spells and sort of thing like that. 5 to 10 minutes. Speaking of the villain, King Magnifico. I think I'm saying his name kind of long, but it's kind of similar. King Magnifico. He was kind of fun. His villain song was weak. It's just like a pop song. Didn't really work out. There's a bunch of videos out there talking about his song and how weak it is, and how it's just underwritten, like poorly written. His powers were kind of cool, but again, when he got those powers, it was just generic and cheesy. It's kind of like, kind of wanted a little bit better from the film. That's what I'm trying to say. I like Chris Pine, but as an actor, he's pretty good. But in this movie, he was kind of like misused. He was like miscast, actually. The main hero of the movie was forgettable. I mean, she had a good point about the wishes and all of that, but it was kind of bland. I can just follow it through and see where she's going throughout the whole journey. The side characters were either okay or a little bit annoying. Sometimes it would add lame jokes in there. The setting was fine and all. They had some Easter eggs. It's kind of like mediocre, not that good cameos from their past films. It's like mediocre. As for a pro, is that the acting was really good. From everybody around, most of the time the songs, even though some of them were generic and plain looking with the tone and everything like that, some of them were actually really nice. But again, it'd probably be a good pop song, but as a Disney musical, it was weak at that. The ending was fine and all. The messaging was cute, but again, it wasn't really well handled in this movie that much. But this movie had potential. It had potential to be a good movie. Again, it's like their 100-year anniversary film. This movie had so much potential to be great. It's just now, and with Disney focusing on, I mean, not now, but like last year, most of their films flopped because of the political commentary and everything with that. Which is I feel like with young kids, you shouldn't be teaching them that stuff because they still gotta learn. They have a brain. They're still developing ideas and knowledge in their education careers. And plus, nobody wants to be preached for a Disney movie, or most movies. We may agree with the things said in the movie, which I agree with. I just think it's really preached. That's the same issue that I had with Barbie a little bit. I agree with most things, what they're trying to say. Some things I definitely don't agree with. I'm not going to be talking about them because I don't want to be rambling on, but you know what I mean. And also, I'm a man, so some scenes you can just feel like, oh, John doesn't like this or that. That's just some personal information I'm just going to point out. But overall, Wish, that's it. This movie was really disappointing. It wasn't really magical. It's just boring, dry, and it's forgettable. Really forgettable, uninteresting for the most part. Cheap animation. It had potential. It kind of wasted it. And I didn't feel much magic from this movie. So I'll be giving Wish a C. It's an okay movie for a time waster of 90 minutes, but other than that, it's not really worth your time if you want a more magical film from Disney. One of the weakest films, one of the forgettable films. I'll keep this though, because I'm a Disney completionist, but other than that, Disney collector out there for the movies, but other than that, I don't recommend you buying this movie. Maybe checking this out on Disney Plus first, but just for a one-time watch, I would recommend. Unless if you want to watch this many times before, go ahead. The short film that came with it was a lot better than this movie. It had full of magic, it had creative ideas, it capitalized on all the characters from Disney's past films in a magical and interesting way, and the big picture put a big smile on my face watching it. When you know that you have a short film, it's like 8 minutes, which is a lot better than a movie that's 90 minutes. You kind of really screwed up on that, Disney. And also the post-credit scene is unnecessary. You don't have to stay for the end credit scene. Nothing really much happens. And last thing that I want to talk about is some of the logic in this movie doesn't really make sense. I agree with the villain for the most part. I mean, some points I disagree with, especially when he was turning super evil, but most of the time with the wishes, I agree. You cannot grant everybody's wishes. It doesn't really make sense. Sure, it could be magical in animated films, and of course animation could do most things, but that logic doesn't really make sense. I mean, of course you can grant people's wishes, but not everybody's could be granted that long. That's it with my Wish review. I hope that you guys like it. Again, I'm a man, so maybe I have a different point of view for this type of film, though. But I respect everybody's gender. I respect people, but it's coming from a guy's standpoint on the film, though. And I know that other people have different opinions. Other guys do. Every women opinion are different from anybody else. Anybody's opinion is different. But in this channel, we're just here to respect each other's opinions. And you can agree and disagree with my opinion, but feel free to actually comment on this video. Say your actual opinion on Wish. Say if it's like a weak movie for Disney history, or if it's a great movie. Again, what I've been hearing from a lot of people is the same thing with me, though, on Wish. So, I'll put out more recent movie reviews soon, talking about different movies. and so on. So I'll see you guys later. See you gals later. See everybody's later with another video. And I hope this video is actually pretty good for you guys and gals and viewers on this channel. So see you all later. Bye.